This is Bumper to Bumper, the car show. Drive in anxious and cruise out confident. With the best automotive information for your vehicle. And now your hosts, Matt Allen and Dave Riccio.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday morning. I notice it's a little bit cooler outside, so I'm sure you and your car will be enjoying that. Welcome to Bumper Radio. I am Matt Allen, and that guy Dave Riccio, who always gives me a hard time for not being here, well, guess what? He's not here. And I don't even think he's listening. He's out messing around, doing something, but that is just fine with me because one of us most assuredly will be here every single Saturday to help you with your car, whether you got a car question right now, you got a problem, maybe you're going out to buy a new car and you're going to go hit that finance office and they're going to start talking to you about extended warranties. We're going to talk about that. Maybe look up at that windshield and see how many miles over your oil change is. I dare you. Take a look and see. Maybe you need an oil change and we can help you with that. Maybe help you talk about the list of repairs that you got that your car may or may not need. But anything to have to do with your car, it doesn't matter. We can help you with that. 602-277-5827. It's 602-277-KTAR. And if you like to text, as long as you're not driving, 411-923. And we can try and answer your question on the air. Maybe we'll send you a text back. And extended warranties. Oh, I forgot. I got Tim with me today.
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
Tim's my work husband or work wife. How long have we been together, Tim?
Well, it'll be 20 years October 1st.
October 1st. So
wow.
Tim is my right-hand man at Virginia Auto Service. 20 years. I don't think most businesses aren't around 20 years.
Hell yeah.
Let alone, So Timmy has got some time. If you've ever been to the shop, you've seen Tim on the counter. Maybe he's giving you a ride home. He's the parts expert and the baker at the shop, always feeding us junk food we don't need and
gluten-free cookies.
Gluten-free Tim. So, in any case, extended warranties. Tim, we had some experience with some warranties / insurance companies today, and a
little bit different than the extended warranty when it's a auto repair warranty, kind of like an accident. The customer went through a puddle in the car, and he lost his power steering.
Yeah, well, electronics, but that's different. I mean, that's a claim for comprehensive claim, but we might talk about that later. But extended warranty, that's a insurance policy is what that is. You've gone out and you didn't really buy a warranty. Maybe they have to call it a warranty for technical reasons or whatever. But essentially, it's an insurance policy to protect against failures on your car. It essentially extends the warranty. Most of them have a deductible. Some of those warranties are really good, I think.
Yeah, some are really good and some are just outright terrible.
Now, I don't, Tim, you did a lot of research, but let's talk about going to the dealership. You go buy your new car, and your new car typically is going to have a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty or more. So you agree on your price on your car, and then you go to the finance office, and then they do the add-on sales, which is normal. Do you want to buy the maintenance package? Do you want to buy the tire protection package? And do you want to buy the extended warranty? Some of the really savvy guys, for the people who buy by payments, which I never suggest doing, we got to negotiate the price of the car, not how much it is every month. But they might go in there and it's, okay, I can do $425 a month. And then you get in the finance office and, oh, guess what? We've already got the warranty included in there and so on and so forth. But if you're buying off of payments, you may not realize, it's only $7, it's only $12 a month. Don't worry about it 5 years. But now what are we doing? We're financing cars longer, 6 years, 72 months. And then you realize that warranty that you just bought was $3,800.
And it doesn't start any type of coverage until your manufacturer warranty is up.
Exactly.
So if your manufacturer's warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles, and the extended warranty, let's say, is 5 year, 100,000 miles, well, now 3 years of it is useless.
Yeah. Well, and to me, what happened was that they got to hold your money. You paid for something 3 years in advance, and then you paid interest on it. And then you don't get to use it for a while. And even the other certain portions of it you may not get to use because of powertrain warranties and so on and so forth. But I can tell you it is less expensive to buy the extended warranty while the car is still under that 3 or 36,000 miles. So I guess there's no right or wrong answer for this. It depends on your budget. I've seen people have those warranties and they never use them. But it's just like insurance. To some degree, I don't want to use my insurance. I pay a lot of money every year for car insurance for the family, and the whole idea there is not to use it. Well, I think on these extended warranties, it's just the opposite. We'd really like to be able to use it. We don't want our car to break down, but we want to be able to use extended warranty. But, Tim, and they're great, right, because they cover everything.
Well, that's what the salesman's going to tell you.
Right?
It's covered bumper to bumper, no pun intended. But you have to do your research. If you're going to go out there and buy a new car, or even if you're just looking to get an extended warranty, you need to understand the industry definitions in that warranty, whether it's an inclusive or exclusive policy. That's the biggest right there.
So inclusive, I think, means, so you have this, your car has thousands of parts. I mean, hundreds and whatever, things that could go wrong. Water pumps, relays, you name it. Power window motors. And now you've got all the cars with all the gadgets, right? Let's talk about this. We won't talk about the problem, but that we had with the insurance company, but the Audi we have in the shop has electronic power steering. There's no belt for this. There's no power steering pump. It's electric motor. That thing went out from water damage, but that's over a $3,000 repair. You imagine? I mean, that's, so if you have a car with a lot of high-tech features, maybe it's a good idea to get an extended warranty, but you have to know it's covered. So the inclusive, I think that's the one where they...
Components, stated parts only. So they'll just tell you what is covered.
Right. So let's, for example, they're going to list every single part that's covered. And like I said, your car has thousands of parts. That list is not thousands of parts long. It's very detailed. It's this, it's that. For example, I've seen one on a Mercedes. Motor mount. It says motor mount is covered. Well, Mercedes started calling them a hydraulic dampener. Guess what? Not covered.
Yeah, or it might say...
It's just a change in term, but they didn't cover it.
It might say air conditioning covered. But then when you get into the fine lines, it might just say the compressor. But if you have a catastrophic failure and that compressor fails and you need to replace the other components, nothing else is covered but the compressor. So you have to really do your research and read the fine lines for those inclusive policies.
Yeah. And then the other ones, the one that you want to have is where it excludes. Everything's covered except.
Yep. So if they list 10 things that are not covered, everything else is covered except for, of course, maintenance, tires, and brakes.
And I do hate that paintbrush called everything.
Yeah.
Because that's an awfully big stroke. So not everything. I mean, not covering tires. They're not going to cover belts, normal wear and tear items. So you really need to ask the questions about these warranties and read them. Depending on your financial situation, you buy a car, maybe, you can admit it. Maybe you shouldn't be buying it. It's a stretch. You're going to get that coverage for a little bit of insurance. Hopefully it will protect you. But I will say that in my experience, the ones that you buy at the new car dealership when you're buying a new car or a very lightly used car, those are the best ones. There's some where they say, it's got 100,000-mile engine coverage. Well, it covers maybe the engine. And I think a lot of dealerships kind of give those away. It's a marketing thing. So,
and then the other thing you have to make sure too is that you can, when you purchase that policy, you can take it wherever you want.
Yes.
Because there's not a lot, but there are a few out there where if you buy it and then you have to go back to the dealer, which you don't want to do. You want to be able the flexibility to be able to go wherever you want your shop, and that's very important too.
Yes. And then so let's talk about how do we avoid being denied coverage on our extended warranty. The other thing is, like I said, you have got to read it. When you get that extended warranty book, if you buy it, read the book. Or if you're going to buy the car, I think there's a look-back period where you could cancel it. Don't be pressured. Tell the sales guy, all right, I'll take a couple hours. I'll go sit down and read this policy. You really want to know what you're getting and know what you have to perform. That warranty might say, we had this a couple years ago. Tim had a Land Rover. The gentleman was in the military. The car was parked for 9, 10, 12 months, something like that. He is required to get an oil change every 6 months or X miles or it voids coverage. Well, he didn't get one. But also, his Land Rover didn't even require that he had an oil change that frequent. That was a part of the policy. So he had a transmission problem. It was a transfer case problem, and they tried to deny the claim because he didn't change his oil. on time, not mileage. I mean, we fought like hell to get this guy covered, and so did he, and finally got the car covered. So like, how in your right mind we could skip 10 oil changes? It has nothing to do with the transfer case failure. So you have to make sure you're maintaining the car not only to the standards of the manufacturer, but to the standards of the warranty. So the other ones, now also, I think if they call you on a robocall, run and hide.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's some more confusing stuff. We might have to do a little research, but it also depends on how you finance it. If they take monthly payments, their regulations are a little bit different than the other ones that you pay for in advance because it's an insurance product that way, and that's more heavily regulated by the states, where the other ones where they can just take payments, they're not. So you really have to be careful what you're signing up for. It depends. Again, it's like going to Vegas and throwing the dice. You may not use it. You don't necessarily want to, but it's good to have there. $3,000. If you got the money, put it in the bank and then wait. Just forget about it. Put it in the I forgot about it fund. And then, maybe in 2.5 years and 30,000 miles before your warranty expires, that's when you want to go buy the extended warranty, I think.
Oh, yeah. And then the other quick thing is that you can also call me at the shop or wherever shop you go and talk to the service advisor and tell them about the warranty, tell them the name of the warranty, and most of the time we can tell you right up front if it's a good one or not.
Yeah, I mean, there's just to name a couple. We'll name some. I'm not going to name any bad ones, but the good ones. MPP
is a good one.
Travelers Insurance has a good one.
Yeah.
I think the Hartford has a good one. And then you can add.
Geico has a good one?
Yeah, but Geico's, I think, is a mechanical breakdown coverage. So if you're driving the car and the AC compressor fails, it's going to cover that. But it's not going to take care of an oil leak or a gasket. It's for more of a major component. But I do know one thing that no extended warranty covers. And
everything.
No, everything.
Nothing.
They don't cover your battery, though.
No.
And so I know, I'm pretty sure, I think, Tim, doesn't every car have a battery?
Yeah. Yes.
So if you have a car, you have a battery. And if you have a battery, it's going to fail. So at some point, you need to get to a bumper-to-bumper radio shop that has interstate batteries. You can look at bumper-to-bumperradio.com for those. You can find interstate batteries at interstatebatteries.com. Great battery, just like the name, interstate, nationwide coverage. They're sold just about everywhere. Megatron Plus are their premier batteries, and if you've got a car with a lot of electronics, believe me, you want a good battery. So check them out, interstatebatteries.com. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take your call, 602-277-5827. It's 602-277-KTAR. You listen to Matt Allen, your KTAR car guy on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A-plus rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20-plus years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Looking for that last perfect getaway for summer? Look no further than Bunker to Bunker, the golf show's next tour stop at the spectacular JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa on Saturday, August 26th, benefiting Phoenix Children's Hospital. An incredible value. The two-person scramble on the famous Faldo course is loaded with special prizes, lunch, and a coupon for another round of golf, all for just $85. Make it a stay-and-play weekend with room specials starting as low as $89 per night. Space is limited, so register today at bunkergolf.com.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Hey, I am not lonely without Dave here. I'm not at all. But two can be as lonely as one, or sometimes two can be trouble. And I know Dave and I can get into some trouble. So you're listening to Bumper Radio. We're back. This is Matt. Dave's out this weekend. He's always giving me a hard time. I've had a little bit of vacation time this year. But I know Dave's off doing something, having a little bit of fun. And but it doesn't matter because we're here to help you. I've got Tim Nelson from Virginia Auto Service here helping out, answering your questions. So problems with your car, we've been talking about extended warranties. Doesn't matter because the show is about what you want to talk about. 602-277-5827. It's 602-277-KTAR. And, Tim, we've got a few calls holding, but we talked about the warranties, kind of, covered a lot of stuff real fast. How does the warranty work now? So one thing you want to do, and I really hate this when this happens, Tim, the customer comes in, they have a problem, they tell you about it, you call them up, and you say it needs X, Y, and Z. Oh, is that covered by my warranty? What warranty? Yeah, I've got the warranty in the glove box. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's probably the number one thing you need to tell up front, that you have that warranty.
Yeah,
very important.
Let us know, even if your car is brand new and there's nothing wrong with it, and you're coming in, you've got 20, 30,000 miles, we'll document that into our system. I'm not going to say we treat the car that has a warranty any different, but there might be some items we're going to look at a little bit different, maybe common failures that are common on your car, maybe that little oil leak that we may not talk about because it's insignificant. We might keep a closer eye on that for a longer period of time, knowing that there might be some coverage, especially if you're getting to the end of that warranty.
Yeah,
we're not talking about making stuff up. Don't get confused here, folks. We're not talking about, we're going to go do this because, we can get the insurance company to pay her the warranty. No.
But the proper documentation is important, especially with the extended warranties. Yeah. And especially if there's something where they deem they need to send an adjuster out there where you can state
an
that.
Inspector,
the 2 oil changes ago, we noted this, and now it's gotten worse.
Right.
So it does help the process quite a bit.
And sometimes having an extended warranty will add a day or two to your repair. You have a problem, and we think it's covered, but also that you have to understand is when it comes to diagnosis or inspection. I know Dave has to do this a lot with transmission. We have to prove the failure. So you're on the hook until we are able to confirm that your problem is covered by insurance, because they're not going to pay to diagnose something that is not something that's covered. So you're the responsible as the consumer to get it to the point where we're able to prove to them a failure that's covered. And then you might have a deductible. You might have a deductible per problem or per visit. So sometimes it's important to do things at one time. But make sure your technician or your service advisor has that information. Let us know, and that's very helpful. And then again, it's a little bit like health insurance. Not everything's always covered. They're going to pay for this, but they may not cover a fluid. They're going to pay for the leaking coolant, but they won't buy the coolant for you because that wasn't a failure. It's just a byproduct. Sometimes they'll cover it. Sometimes they won't. So if you've got questions, again, we can help you with that. 602-277-KTAR. We've got a tie for the two people that have been on hold the longest. So I'm going to go with Kim. And Kim has got a 1998 Volvo V7. Kim, how can we help you with your car today?
Hi. I just have a check engine light come on, check the codes, and it was a 455, which is a large leak.
Uh-huh.
And I've checked all the hoses. There's some cracked hoses, replaced them, and the code keeps coming back. And I'm just stuck if it is something that I need to take in, or is there something else I can check?
Well, a large leak, I'd be looking,
fuel cap first.
First at a fuel cap, possibly.
Fuel cap, I did that first. That's the first thing I did.
You did that first. And if you did that first and it didn't take care of it, I'd probably agree that may not need to look somewhere else. Tim, we have had problems with fuel caps, though. We use, at my shop, we use the factory fuel cap. And I'm not saying that's going to fit. That's the problem. But we've had a lot of problems with aftermarket fuel caps just don't always seal right. So I doubt that. So but absent a large leak, I mean, you don't want to pressurize the fuel tank with shop air. That's dangerous. But you could have a leak that you're not seeing. It's not because of a broken hose or anything. You might have a leak that you've got a stuck valve. One of the vent solenoids is stuck in the open position, so it's just allowing air to flow, and you're never going to see that.
Okay.
What we use at the shop is what we call a smoke machine. We've got, it's a air pressurized deal, electronic that we hook up to the battery. It's just like your little choo-choo train that, some of us older guys had when we were kids. The thing would make smoke. We've got an oil solution that we put in there, and we put a very, very small amount of pressure. I mean, we're talking inches of water pressure, very small. We're going to pressurize the vapor side of that fuel system, not the fluid side, but the vapor side. And we're going to start looking for that smoke. Where is it going? We've got to track that down. Sometimes you have to pull the gas tank out. Sometimes it's just a vapor line in the front. It's a back. It's a cracked hose. But it's just you just have to find it. And I don't know, at home, Kim, I just don't know that you're going to have the right equipment to safely do that. The other thing, you could put your nose to work I mean, if you park it in the garage and the garage smells like fuel, you've definitely got an external leak somewhere. If you're not smelling fuel anywhere, I'd begin to wonder if we don't have a solenoid or a valve, stuck open. So you could read that diagnostic chart on the 455 code, and it might have you actually testing some solenoids. But short of that, you're going to have to get it to a shop that can find it. And the other difficult thing, Tim, what's hard to do on Volvos?
Oh, go through the cycle.
the readiness monitor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're due for emissions, but I can tell you what, if you're driving a Volvo and you are close to the end of the month and you need to have a repair done, you want to get it done as close to the beginning of the month, because sometimes those can be very difficult to get all the monitors done. It requires a lot of driving.
And specific driving patterns.
Yeah, specific driving patterns. Difficult. So good luck with that, Kim, if we can help you. Hopefully I helped you, and if you need some help, you can find a shop at bumpertobumperradio.com. We're going to go with Chris in Santan Valley, has a 2017 Chevy Silverado. What's up, Chris?
Thanks for taking my call. It's actually a 60, and I got confused with my wife's car. What I'm trying to find is, with the newer vehicle, a maintenance schedule. The vehicle didn't come with one. To find a place that I can go that's, every time I've heard about the dealership, they're going to charge an arm and a leg and do things you don't need. Try to find some place that I can take it to make sure that it stays on schedule. I mean, I've had it for a year, and it's already at 53,000 miles, so I know it's 30,000, 60,000,
Yeah, okay, so on your truck, it has to come with a maintenance schedule. You have a maintenance schedule for that car. It has to be there somewhere. Go into the owner's manual. There's going to be several different descriptions. There might be a severe package. There might be a normal. There might be one for extra things for dusty road. Heck, I saw one that it required the rear differential fluid to be changed at 3,000 miles. The first service change it was a heavy-duty Ford, I think it was. Imagine getting denied for warranty at 90,000 because you didn't do that first service at 3,000. Who on earth thinks they need a differential service at 3,000
miles?
But Tim, what would you do? His truck rolling up to 60,000 miles. It's new, 2 years old, year and a half. He drives it a lot. First thing I'm thinking about is the transmission.
Yeah, the transmission fluid probably, if I recall, would be at 50,000.
Well, they say 100, but we like to cut that back.
Yeah. Well, now they've cut it back to 50, I think. And then Dave would say every 30.
Right. So every 30. Don't have a fuel filter on a lot of cars anymore. It's built into the fuel tank. That 2016 or 17 Silverado might even be one with direct fuel injection. So we want to do some fuel injector cleaning and stuff like that. So get that owner's manual out, Chris. Take a look. Go visit the dealership that you bought it from, and they're going to have their own list as well. And then you might want to talk to your shop, and they can combine the two. That's what we do. So if you got any more questions, we're here. We're going to be right back. 602-277 KTAR. You listen to Bumper Radio.
It sounds like they've just had the accurate automotive experience. We're family-owned and operated and have served the Mesa, Tempe, Gilbert communities for over 22 years. We focus on building long-lasting relationships and, listening to you so that we can understand, meet, and exceed your expectations. One location, 14 bays, 88 years of automotive expertise, and a passionate commitment to customer service and excellence. My name is Lee Weatherby, and I approve this message because it's true. We love what we do, and we want to do it for you. Accurate Automotive, the home of friends serving friends.
Hi, I'm Dave Riccio, owner of Tri-City Transmission. Well, you may have come to know us for being a transmission expert. What you may not know is that our customers regularly ask us why we don't perform repairs to the rest of the vehicle. You guys are so great. Why work on just the transmission? Well, the request became hard to ignore, and 3 years ago, we began to build an infrastructure to perform general automotive repair. We weren't going to do general repair if we couldn't be great at it. So in 2013, we began the soft opening of Tri-City Auto Repair on Smith Road. We brought on ASE Master Technicians to work side by side with our Master Transmission Technicians. The combination of the best in both of these trades has created a synergy that allows us not only to fix your transmission, but to service and repair your whole car, and to do it well. Let's face it, the modern car has become so integrated. We believe all of our expert knowledge puts us ahead of the curve. Find us at TricityTransmission.com or TempeAutoRepairShop.com. That's TempeAutoRepairShop.com.
There's nothing more important than family. Hi, Kurt Rock for Kurt's Auto Repair. Family owned and operated and bumper-to-bumper radio preferred. We've been taking care of Valley families and their auto care needs with a perfect Better Business record for over 27 years. Come experience the difference our ASE Master Techs can make for you and your family at Kurt's Auto Repair. Just east of I-17 at 22nd Avenue and Bell Road, or online at mycarhurts.com. Gas or diesel, foreign or domestic. If your car hurts, take it to Kurt.
KTAR-FM, Glendale, Phoenix. KTAR News on 92.3 FM, Arizona's news station. KTAR, on air, 92.3 FM, online at KTAR.com, and streaming live on the KTAR News app. Your breaking news and traffic, now.
It's 11:30. I'm Tom Perumian. Here's our top story. An early finish for the free speech rally in Boston. An afternoon downtown rally by conservative activists is already over as counter-protesters showed up in the thousands. ABC's Nicole Estefan was there as the rally was breaking up.
Even the police were getting pushed around a little bit by some folks. We were in the midst of it, too, also getting pushed around. We saw a lot of people getting knocked to the ground. You know, this has been a largely peaceful demonstration. Some people that came here today maybe had a little bit of anxiety or were thinking something might happen.
In other news, President Trump says his thoughts and prayers are with the police department in Florida, where one officer was fatally shot, another gravely injured. Trump tweeting early Saturday to the Kissimmee Police Department, "We are with you." Officer Matthew Baxter died in the gunfight late Friday. Officer Samuel Howard is in grave condition. Now for a check on traffic, here's Mike Daniels in the KTAR Traffic Center.
Well, thanks, Tom. We do have a disabled vehicle blocking the shoulder 17 northbound right past 19th Avenue. And a couple of wrecks off to the side, 10 westbound at University Drive, another on US 60 westbound right there at Loop 202. This report brought to you by Arizona Termite Specialist. If you've spotted termites, trust the pros that only treat your termites. Visit treatyourtermites.com. That's treatyourtermites.com. I'm Mike Daniels, KTAR News.
Mostly sunny today with some cloudiness, 104 the expected high. We'll see an overnight low of 83. Tomorrow, clouds return with a high of 103. Right now, 84 degrees. Actually, that's wrong. 96 degrees on Camelback Mountain. Weather brought to you by Howard Air. I'm Tom Perumian, and you're listening to Bumper to Bumper Radio on Arizona's news station, KTAR News.
Whether you're a lifelong dirt road driving, tackle box toting weekend warrior or an outdoor lifestyle rookie, from the desert to the mountains of our great state, Mike Russell has the outdoors in Arizona covered this afternoon at 1 with Get Outdoors. Only on KTAR News 92.3 FM and streaming live on the KTAR News app.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A+ rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20+ years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Hi, I'm Kurt Morgan, owner of Shadow Mountain Auto Service in Phoenix. I'm also a college automotive instructor, and I've been a technician for over 30 years. In that time, I've seen all kinds of games and gimmicks in the auto repair business, the worst of which seems to be associated with transmissions. I think it's because, to most, including technicians, the inside of a transmission is a mystery. So when one of our valued customers has a transmission problem, we send them straight to Tri-City Transmission. No games, no gimmicks. That's Tri-City Transmission.
Here's what Carrie from Tempe had to say about her experience with Good Works Auto Repair.
As soon as you realize, I need to get some work done on my car, I'm sure the thought occurs to you that you're about to get taken for a ride. I used to share the same sentiment and wondered if the shop was going to make something up and have me spending hundreds of dollars instead of $30 I was planning on for a simple oil change. This is one of the reasons I will only go to Good Works Auto Repair. Because I trust them. Putting trust in an auto shop didn't come easily. It's been built over several visits with them doing exactly what was needed, not coercing me into unnecessary work. Ask them for an oil change and a safety inspection, they do just that. No baloney list of filters, belts, and whatchamacallits that need replacing on my new car. Thank you, Good Works Auto Repair, for being there for me when I need you.
Appreciate the kind words. It's always a pleasure. Glenn Hayward here. Come experience what award-winning auto service should be. Good Works Auto Repair in Tempe, or visit us at goodworksautorepair.com.
This is Bumper to Bumper Radio, KTAR News on 92.3 FM.
All righty, welcome back to Bumper Radio. I am Matt Allen. I've got Tim Nelson from Virginia Auto Service in this week helping out, carry some conversation a little bit of chat here, helping you with your car. 602-277-5827, 602-277-KTAR. That's the number you're going to want to dial if you want to ask us a question about your car, got a comment about the show, only if it's nice. And Gary's over there laughing. And we would love to help you out today. Doesn't matter what it is. It's about you, about your car, whatever you need help with. Hey, a little bit of housekeeping. Many of you KTAR listeners probably know about. Some of you don't. We had the KTAR Radiothon over at Phoenix Children's Hospital this week, Wednesday and Thursday, I think it was. And, man, hit some numbers big. $1.6 million plus raised locally for Phoenix Children's Hospital. So all of you listeners out there, give yourself a big round of applause. That's great, fantastic. I mean, that's a gemstone to have in our community, and they need all the support they can get to take care of the kids. So that's good. And if you're not one of the people that contributed that $1.6 million, I would suggest it's not too late. Or remark your calendar for next year, sometime around this time, August 15th or so, and you can make up for it next year and donate twice. So, again, thanks to everybody who supported the station in PCH. So, 602-277-5827. Tim, Chris, the last caller, on his Silverado was talking about he doesn't have a maintenance schedule. Probably just needs to get in the owner's manual because I assure you there's something in there. But, Chris, one of the things that you can do is go to bumpertobumperradio.com, and you can listen to the old shows there on podcast. There's a little bit of information there. You can find a shop if you can't find a shop. You can find a link to Facebook if you want to like us. Dave and I like to have new friends at Bumper to Bumper Radio. If you go search some of the older shows, there's some of the shows Dave and I talk about budgeting for auto repair. And we start with the 5,000 miles. And what are you going to need in year one in your car? And what are you going to need in year two and year three and so on and so forth? And we talk about making the budget. And I know your question wasn't about budget, but we're covering all the things that need to be maintained in there. So, again, take the time. Take that owner's manual. They are horrible to read through. So you got to put it somewhere where you sit down, you don't really have anything else to do, and you can read for 4 or 5 minutes at a time, if you know what I'm talking about. And read through there and kind of take some notes, take your highlighter, fold some pages over, and really go through that. And then and then when you're due for your oil change, go to your shop, not the quick lube oil change place, because they can't do everything. Go to the repair shop that can do all the maintenance on your car and has experience with some of the maybe pattern failures. And let's talk about going through this. We can pencil that out. We can look at what you did. And even if you don't have a new car and you decide to yourself, I think I better start taking care of my car. Same thing. Get the owner's manual out. Find out what you missed. Look at your 70,000 miles. Okay, go find 70,000. And then go back and look at 65, 60, 55, 50. And find out where you've missed out. And then we can come up with a plan to help you get caught up and then maintain that car before it gets too late. If that gets away from you, Tim, what happens?
Then the dreaded big repair needs to be done.
Yeah, then you got a jalopy.
Yeah, you got a jalopy, and then it's time for let's say your 90,000-mile service. You're late by 5,000 miles, and then you have a breakdown, a water pump that goes bad. Now you're on top of your maintenance. Now you have a repair. So now your bill is even more.
And sometimes we see lack of maintenance. It can in some cases cause a car to actually break down because you have a failure. Lack of maintenance also keeps us away from getting our eyes to look at what problems are and let you know in advance. But lack of maintenance, sometimes we fix cars that have problems by just performing maintenance. Not often. Getting your teeth cleaned doesn't fix cavities. But there are certain problems that can be attributed right back to just getting caught up on a tune-up, for example, a misfiring car. Maybe it just needs spark plugs. Not always the case, though. And the other thing, if you miss some maintenance, what if you've got that extended warranty we were talking about? Now they're going to deny you. Sorry, dude, you should have changed that transmission fluid. It's not covered now. So let's get to the phones. Jim in Congress has got a 1997 Honda and another Camry too. 2 cars. What's going on, Jim?
Okay, I've got a question on the Honda. A couple weeks ago, it was 120 degrees in Phoenix, and I go down and go grocery shopping down to Surprise, and I come home and I get halfway up Highway 60, and the air conditioning goes out.
Okay.
It had 120,000 miles. Is that sort of normal?
Now, it's a CRV. Yeah, it's very normal, right, Tim? But when you say goes out, did it completely fail, or did it start working again?
No, it completely failed. Blowing hot air.
Yeah. I mean, okay. And then what's your next question on the Camry?
Okay, I've got a '99 Camry, and it's got like 200,000 miles on it. At 100,000 miles, I had the belt put on and a water pump and all that good stuff. If you take an older vehicle like that, should you just run them until the belt breaks and then just throw it away, or spend another $700 or $800 on a car that's maybe worth?
I don't want to guess how old you are, but did you stop going to the doctor when you turned 50?
That's when I started.
Okay. Well,
yeah, and Jim, it's a Camry and it's a Toyota. It's a good car, and if you still like it, you might as well get that belt water pump done again, and then maybe you'll be talking to us at 300,000 miles.
Yeah, exactly.
And asking the same question.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a point in the life of a car where you're going to start deciding, is it worth it to put money in it? But that even 100,000 miles on the time belt, if the car's in good shape, I mean, I don't want to put a timing belt on a car that's falling apart around the engine. But don't, it's the first time I've thought about that. Did you stop going to the doctor because you're old? And I'm not saying you're old, but no, don't quit taking care of yourself and just say, oh, I'm gonna, it's gonna end its life eventually, so we'll just, help it. No, go ahead and take care of it. And then back to the Honda. It's not uncommon to have the CRVs. That's one of the weak points. If you paint with that broad brush, there is certainly their share of failures with Honda air conditioners.
Yep, compressor failures on there is very common. But it may be just a leak.
Yeah, don't go in saying the guy said I need a new compressor. You want to go in, tell him what happened. I was driving. Here's what happened. Here's my noises. Here's when it was cold. It turned warm. Whatever happened, and let somebody diagnose the car for you. So, thanks for the call, Jim. We're going to get with David in Casa Grande on a Ford Focus. What can we help you with, David? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, the car's by my neighbor. Actually, he and I are both retired and kind of help each other out a little bit. And it's a starting problem. It's a 4-cylinder automatic. About 180,000 miles. He replaced the battery and alternator, and about a year ago replaced the fuel pump, and recently replaced the fuel pump relay, and it had a starting problem with no power at all. Then replaced the battery and alternator. It seemed to fix it, sort of, I guess, temporarily now. It would crank. Sometimes it would start and run. Sometimes then when it get hot, it would crank, but and no start. And it said the fuel pump relay is very, very hot. I don't know what's supposed to be normal.
You've got a lot going on there with that car, David. So
yes, I've been reading about it. I know.
Yeah, you might be reading too much. I mean, there's a lot going on. You've got a battery and alternator that I guess seemed to fix the car for a little while. That's something you need to get some records together. I suggest spending a couple hours one afternoon if it takes that long, and write down the date, the approximate mileage, what you fixed and why you fixed it. I don't know if doesn't sound like you're doing this stuff. Maybe go into a shop and go back to your place that you have normally fixed the car and take them those notes and see if they can help you. I certainly had too much. I mean, there was like 6 problems all wrapped into one there, and somebody needs to see that car. It needs a visit to the doctor, so to speak. So we're going to hit Casa Grande again. Boy, we've got the Casa Grande. We're touching all sides today. Jenny in Casa Grande's got a 2003 Toyota Tundra. That's what I drive, Jenny. How are we doing today?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, you're welcome.
I got a couple questions. One is tires, and the two is more about the car issues. I've been running the Michelin MX2s on those, and I think that is now called the Defender, and they are frightfully expensive. I like the tire, but I'm trying to find a replacement that might be a little less expensive because I'm trying to buy a house right now.
Okay.
If you guys had anything
Yeah.
I usually deal with down here with Discount Auto. They've got, or Discount Tires. They've got one Bridgestone Jeweler for about $100 less.
Yeah, I like
all the way around.
I don't think you can go wrong with, at Discount. They're going to take care of you. Now, if you're on the west side of town, I'd send you out to our guys at S&S Tire to help you out. But since you're in Casa Grande, Discount Tire also carries Yokohama. I like those tires. Michelin's are great, but they are pricey. They're a great tire. I like Toyo tires. That's what we have at our shop, Tim. And Discount also has Coopers. So I'd take a look at the Bridgestones. Take a look at. I think Discount may have Cooper tire in that size. Great tire, and ask them about
which one. Are you talking about the AT or which one?
Any of them.
Yeah. Do you want to go terrain or do you want to go highway? Because the CS5 is a good tire.
No, I'm sorry. What I need is mud and snow, all weather sort of.
Yeah, so you want an all terrain. So go over to Discount. They're going to lay out the options for you, but you can't go wrong there. That's the good thing. So, and then what else did you have besides the tires?
Okay, this thing is 243,000 miles, and I've never had any problems with it. Things just wear out. It's like your body. Things go wrong. You got to fix them. And it's getting a little pricey. I didn't know. I love the truck. I don't know if it's a good idea to keep a car that old with all those miles, or should I be looking to trade or, sell it and get something different? Right.
Well, you know what? We're going to talk about that, Tim. Let's take a break because I'm going to start going on about the high. Should I stay or should I go? The old Clash song. Is it time? Is it time? Do I fix it or do I sell it? Only you can answer that question, but Tim and I will dig into that in a little bit. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Bumper Radio.
Are you looking for a refreshing change in customer service? I'm Lee Weatherby from Accurate Automotive. How about a refreshing change in your car repair relationship with honest, clear, and responsive service that looks out for your needs and not ours? For over 20 years, we've been delivering award-winning service provided by ASE certified technicians with one goal, looking out for your best interest. If it needs fixing, we'll tell you. If it doesn't, you'll know that too. I guarantee that you will not get that business-as-usual treatment at Accurate Automotive. Foreign and domestic, cars, trucks, and even fleet service, Accurate can handle your job. I invite you to come in and experience a refreshing difference in car repair and maintenance. Stop by for a free courtesy inspection, a $49 value. We feel it is well worth our investment in you because we know that good long-term relationships start early with your first walk through our doors. I'm Lee Weatherby, and I'll be there to greet you. Accurate Automotive, home of friends serving friends, just off Broadway and Robeson in Mesa since 1992. For more information, check us out at AccurateAutomotiveAZ.com today.
Hi, Lisa Henry with Russ Lyon Sotheby's International Realty. Have you been thinking maybe the time is right to move, but you're not sure if you have enough equity in your home or if it really is a good time? Well, home values have increased significantly over the past few years, and interest rates are still historically low. For how long? No one knows. But for every 1% increase in the interest rate, the result is about a 10% loss in purchasing power. So it might be a really great time to sell your home and either upsize or downsize to a new home while the interest rates are still low. Contact me via my website at lisareneehenry.com or direct at 480-330-9530 for a no-obligation market valuation on your home and to hear about our global online marketing plan designed to sell your home quickly for top dollar. Again, that's lisareneehenry.com, 480-330-9530. Come experience the difference a truly customer-focused real estate agent can make.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
I'll tell you one thing. It sure makes the show go nice when you've got an excellent board operator like Bree sitting in there who can get this stuff pulled up really quick. And then you've got Carrie over here, the music man, helps us produce the show. And I just make that little passive, little remark in passing about should I stay or should I go now, talking about Jenny's Toyota. And I see Carrie sneak off while we're at break, and sure enough, they've got the music queued up. So 602-277-5827. That's how you get a hold of us so we can answer your questions. Just like Jenny, just like Art, who's on hold, just like Chris. Doesn't matter where you are, Casa Grande, wherever the radio signal reaches you, or maybe you're listening online in Timbuktu. I don't know. If they've got cars there and you have one, we'll we'll do our best to help you. So one of Jenny's questions was, and I think it still goes with the other gentleman who had the Camry. Jim, do I just stop taking care of my car? Well, Jenny said it. Things go wrong when you get old. Don't just quit going to the doctor. But in Jenny's case, she's got 243,000 miles on a Toyota. Not too bad. That's darn good miles. The car any car will go that long if you take care of it. Toyotas just seem to be exceptional in that area. So, Jenny, I think the first thing that you do before you make any decisions or anything, you have your repair shop that you have a relationship with, I'm assuming. You get together your service records. I know at our shop, Tim, we've got records on people's car they've been bringing to us 7, 8, 10 years. We've got everything in the history. But if you've gone to multiple shops, get everything together, and then you go to your shop and say, I want my car inspected. You probably need to pay for this inspection. You don't want the free inspection that comes with the oil change. That's great. That's going to check your tire pressures, take a peek at your brakes, check your light bulbs and your filters and your fluids. That's not what we're talking about. We want you turn 50, you go to the doctor, you get all that great work done that everybody enjoys so much, right?
Yeah, you want a comprehensive evaluation of the vehicle and spend a little money, $50, $75, $100,
whatever.
But it's well worth it, like a physical.
Yeah, it's a physical for your car. And you tell people, I want to know everything. Don't not tell me about that little oil leak because it's just a little oil leak. Tell me the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know everything about my car. And then once you know everything, I want you to put it in a prioritized order. Things that are going to break down. Things that can leave me on the side of the road. Things that are safety related. Something that if I don't do it may cause another repair to be more expensive. And so those would be the higher priority. And then we have just maintenance, right, Tim?
Yeah, and then things that, maybe needed in 3 oil changes or 10,000 miles. That way you can make a great evaluation. Sit down with your service advisor and, even make an appointment. Say, we need 15 minutes after.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in, or can you be ready? And then you can make a decision, an educated decision on the car, instead of just saying, oh, it's got 200,000 miles. I'm going to stop working or stop fixing it.
And have a plan. If we know your brakes have 30/8 of an inch, we can pretty well predict based on your driving habits and your mileage, especially if you're a regular customer, we can probably predict down to within 3,000 or 4,000 miles when you're going to need a brake job. If we know when your timing belt was done, maybe it was supposed to be done at 105, you didn't do it till 125. We're going to make that note in our system so that we don't prematurely replace your timing belt. All kinds of things. We want to know everything. And then once you have information is king. Information in a good relationship, you got no car repair nightmares at all. And then you can make a good decision. But at some point, it is time to start throttling back on what we want to do with the car. It's going to maintain value, so think about even if your car's only got 70 or 80,000, start thinking about when you go to sell. I'm going to get rid of the car at 150,000 and just let the thing turn to hell in a handbasket, and then you've got something that doesn't have any value. I mean, we see cars with identical cars, maybe 1 or 2 models years different, same mileage. One's been taken care of, the other one's just a turd because nothing's been taken care of on it.
Yep, maintenance is the key, and then being educated about your car.
Yeah, I love to talk to people. I want to show you. Don't say, I wouldn't know any better. You could show me anything. Perfect. Because I really want you to understand. And for the ladies out there that are shy about coming to the shop, the guys are worse. They really don't know anything. They just pretend to know. So, Tim, let's see. We've got Art, Sun Lakes, 2003 Ford Explorer. Art, how can we help you with your Ford today?
It's actually a 2006 Ford Explorer.
Oh, I thought that's what I said. I don't know.
And I went on a 1,400-mile trip, came home, next day took it in for an oil change because it went over the mileage, and did that, came home, went shopping, came home, going out to dinner, the transmission started slipping. And don't know what happened, drove 6 blocks, brought it back home, dropped it off Monday, towed it into a transmission shop, and they couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Wow.
It wouldn't do what I said it was doing. It wouldn't do it for them.
Right. And do you know how far?
So I had it serviced anyway.
Okay.
And they did the filter and the fluid, and it's been running great since then.
Huh.
But again, they couldn't find anything wrong with it. They drove it around town and said it didn't do what I claimed it did.
Right.
How many miles on it, Art?
$183,000.
Okay. Well, did you have any check engine light come on, or did you notice that overdrive light flashing, or
nothing came on? Nothing came on. Did it 1,400 miles like new.
Now, this wasn't on the trip. This was just, I mean, the 1,400
This is the
miles.
day after.
Okay, so okay. Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the trip. If they did truly drive the car in the attempt, some people say they drove the car and they went around the block. Mm-hmm. Well, if it took you 7 miles to get it to happen, they need to drive it 7, 10, 12 miles or whatever it takes.
And then also, if they service it, they have some idea what the fluid condition was.
Yeah. Now, I know if that was at Tri-City Transmission, and Dave was standing here next to me, he probably wouldn't even have, well, I don't know because we don't know what the condition of the fluid was. But oftentimes people come in and say, I need a transmission service because they think it's going to cure their problem. And like Dave says, a bad transmission service is worse than not getting one at all. But hopefully that transmission shop went ahead and cut the filter open, did a little bit of analysis, see what was in the filter. Was there any debris? Was there anything happened? Hopefully they scanned the transmission control module. I mean, they are a transmission business, so you'd like to think they were doing everything they should. But if they couldn't duplicate it, great. Hey, you didn't have to spend any money, but pay attention. Notice if it, try and take notes. If it starts acting up, just try to think of all the conditions, what you were doing, and what made it happen, and the best thing they can have to help you is good information. So thanks for the call, Art. We are going to get Andrew in here for the last call of the day in the 2003 Nissan 350Z. What's happening, Andrew?
Hey, how is it going?
Going.
Hey, yeah, I had a check engine light with a misfire.
Uh-huh.
So I took it into the shop, had them replace all the spark plugs. Then it was still coming up random misfire, so they said take it to Nissan to do a diagnostic on it, and then they found a misfire in cylinder 6, found out that it's a bad coil wire. So then I attempted to do the coil wires myself, and that went pretty successfully. And now the check engine light is saying new valve covers.
No check engine light says new valve covers. There's got to be a code.
It's a 300.
Okay, so 300's a random misfire still.
But I took it to the AutoZone, and it came up with a printout of valve covers.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I think you're getting something bad there. So I got about 30 seconds, not even that, to tell you about it. You got to get this car. Andrew, I think you got to let go of it, and you've got to get it to somebody and let somebody fix the car. Don't let somebody else diagnose it. You make the repairs. You're not closing out the loop there. There's no ownership of the repair. I think you've put in your time on it. You're better just to let somebody fix it. You're probably going to end up saving yourself some money.
And aggravation.
So thanks for listening. Bumper to Bumper Radio every single Saturday at 11 o'clock. I'll be here. Dave will be here.
And I'll be back again sometime.
Somebody will be here. Tim from Virginia Auto Service, thank you for coming in. Carrie, thanks for putting together all the music and surprises. Bree, thank you for keeping us on track. And I hope those sniffles go away. We'll see you next week.